Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. At Mint Mobile, we like to do the opposite of what Big Wireless does. They charge you a lot, we charge you a little. So naturally, when they announced they'd be raising their prices due to inflation, we decided to deflate our prices due to not hating you. That's right. We're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 up front for 3 months plus taxes and fees. Promo rate for new customers for limited time. Unlimited more than 40 gigabytes per month. Slows full terms at mintmobile.com.
Ready to pop the question? The jewelers at BlueNile.com have got sparkle down to a science with beautiful lab-grown diamonds worthy of your most brilliant moments. Their lab-grown diamonds are independently graded and guaranteed identical to natural diamonds, and they're ready to ship to your door. Go to BlueNile.com and use promo code LISTEN to get $50 off your purchase of $500 or more. That's code LISTEN at BlueNile.com for $50 off. BlueNile.com, code LISTEN.
You'll know real when you get it. It'll say eBay Authenticity Guarantee, and you'll feel it. Maybe it's a head-turning handbag, a watch that says it all, jewelry that makes you look like the gem, sneakers and streetwear so fresh every step feels fly.
When it comes to style and luxury, eBay gets it. They're making sure the things that you love are checked by experts. Not just any experts, specialized experts. Real people who love this stuff. With real hands-on authentication experience.
So when you see that shiny blue checkmark that says Authenticity Guarantee, shop with confidence. Every inch, stitch, sole, and logo is verified authentic through a detailed inspection. That's how you know that eBay's got your back.
Because when you finally step into those sneakers, put on that watch, get your real gold glow up, swing that handbag over your shoulder, or step out in that streetwear, you'll realize that feeling is unlike any other.
With eBay Authenticity Guarantee, you can trust that feeling of real is always in reach. Ensure your next purchase is the real deal. Visit ebay.com for terms.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fat Mascara.
Hi.
What's up?
What's up, Jess?
How you doing, Jen?
I'm good. It
Smells very, very pine-like in here.
You still on your store stuff? We did this currently burning, and I was like, what if we just are always burning the same candle? We won't be introducing everyone to new scents.
No, that'd be very boring for everyone. But I'm still in a winter mood. I'm burning, it's called Winter Stroll. Pretty sure that's it, by Margiela.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
No, it's still cold. It's still cold over here in New Jersey.
Yeah. Well, I am currently burning. Actually, mine's like a little clue, too, as to our Friday episode. I'm currently burning Harlem Candle Company's Speakeasy, which is like boozy and bourbony and Palo Santo and delicious. And it's like, ooh, decadent. Like, brah, 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 like vibes. Yeah. It's in this gorgeous red glass jar. I got a whole thing going,
Yeah.
So. All right, so it smells good in the virtual studio. Oh, before we get started, I have to shout out our listener, Stacy. She's in New York City. I learned about her through my colorist, Jenna. She started going to Jenna. She had heard about Jenna on the podcast.
Okay.
But anyway, she's a fan, so I want to shout her out.
Thanks, Jenna.
Oh, no, Stacy's the fan. Jenna's, so
Jenna's your colorist. I'm like, thanks, Jenna, for keeping Jen's hair sharp.
But she had a request for a guest, so I'm putting it out here to see what you think about this. She just got her lips blushed, and I actually just wrote a story about lip blushing, the permanent makeup. And I checked in with my friend Monica, who got this done 5 years ago, because I was like, Jess and I aren't getting burned again. We're not going to have someone come on for this treatment that a year later everybody hates it and it doesn't look right. So I talked to Monica, and she was like, no, I loved when I got my lip blush, which is basically permanent makeup, but like very subtle on your lips. So anyway, Stacy has this great person in New York she thinks we should talk to. I got this through my colorist.
Okay.
So I'm curious if everybody else is interested in lip blushing. If this is like, do we want to hear from a lip blusher? What do you think?
Do we want to hear from a lip blusher? I'm going to put that out to the audience.
Okay.
And if you're a lip blusher,
if you're blush curious,
a lip blusher, sure, that's not their only occupation, is it? Like it's not what they put in their tax return, right?
Permanent makeup artist, esthetician,
probably, right?
The thing is with this, like every state's different. Like you don't even need a cosmetology license in some states in order to like put a tattoo machine to someone's lips. It's crazy. This is making me think we should be talking about this, but
yeah.
Shout out to Stacy. Hi,
Stacy. Thanks for listening to us.
Shout out to the listeners who just, I feel like they think we're little monkeys in a show and they just throw topics at us and they're like, discuss.
Oh, God.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, but I resent that image of, that dated image of animal cruelty.
Oh,
which is actually, sadly, it's not dated. That's the thing. I resent that horrifying image. But yes, I understand what you're trying to inspire. Now, Jen, I listened to last week's episode, and we got a lot of feedback about our baby beauty editor picks. And as I was listening, because like sometimes I listen to episodes, sometimes I don't. It's like once it's over, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
But I was listening, and shame on me and my art history reference. By God, the Anna Sui. Remember, you're like, what is it?
Not
it
Rococo?
was like, it's not Rococo, for God's sakes. It's like an Art Nouveau. It's like a goth Art Nouveau. Now, only I'm sure one person was like, Jess, you big dumbass. How did you graduate? I just had to correct the record. It really bothered me. Yes, I'm nerding out.
No,
it's like an Art Nouveau.
That'd be like me naming the wrong peptide, and you'd be like, nobody knows but you.
It really pissed me off because
I don't know the difference between Rococo and Nouveau. What was the other one?
Art Nouveau. It's like
Art Nouveau.
It's like when you go to Paris and it's like when you go to Paris. It's like the subway stations.
I always thought of
you know
like
how they
Art
are?
Deco 20s. Yeah.
Well, they're around the same time. It looks like wire and weeds and floral.
Yeah,
it's like imagine Anna Sui doing that in black.
Okay, so it's Gothic Art Nouveau.
Well, I added the Gothic. It's like she does a Gothic Art Nouveau, and that's one of the things that's so brilliant about Anna Sui.
Record corrected.
I don't know. It really pissed me off. Also, I have about 17 more products I want to talk about. So if anyone wants to side chat me, I'm here.
Oh, for your baby beauty editor favorites? No, we're going to be revisiting that segment.
That was so much fun.
Yeah, it was. Before we get into the news, too, we do have to do, even though we were asked to talk about this, I feel like we kind of should. I love when people send us topics and they're like, you guys should cover this. You should talk about it. Discuss. It was the fact that Pamela Anderson.
Sanzi?
Yes.
Yeah.
So news this past week, Pamela Anderson is now signed on as I don't know how you sign on as a co-founder. I'm not like, you either founded it or you didn't. You know what I mean? This brand has been around since this summer, co-founded by, what's the name of it again?
Is it Sanzi, right?
Sanzi, co-founded by German-born model and creator Marie von Behrens-Felipe, CEO Roberto Felipe. So just launched in the summer, but I guess she's now signed on as the creative director and is actually like part of the brand, not just a spokesperson.
So I watched the video. If you go to the website, there's a big, really well-produced video of Pamela at her house in British Columbia. By the way, if you watch the Netflix, it was a Netflix documentary of her. There's a lot of her in her house in British Columbia. And it's beautiful. It's just like the whole area is so pretty. So it's like her in that area. I like to think that I'm a little like, all right, seeing it. And it's just like, we don't get seduced by the first 10 seconds of a beauty ad. I was like, I've got to have it all. The whole Sanzi lifestyle.
This is what I'll take from that. She's the kind of person that makes me think I could wear one of those nap dresses. She looks like she's in a lacy pillowcase. Every time I see Pamela Anderson, she's just in a lacy pillowcase. And then when a person like me puts that on, it's like, you look like a cult member, or why are you wearing the laundry, or like, what's with your muumuu? It does not look as chic and ethereal on me. Anyway, yes, it's quite inspiring.
Jen, I would pay $40 to see you in a nap dress.
That's not a lot of money, so I'm not going to do that.
I needed like an annoying amount of money that was like
just right down the middle.
Just like an annoying amount of money.
Every time I've tried to put on a lace, a bow, a loose, flowy thing, it's just not me. It's so cool on her, though.
I bought a nap dress and promptly returned it.
Yeah, what was your thinking?
I looked like, and I know they look great on other people.
They're basically nightgowns, everyone. They're like wear around the house nightgowns and a nice eyelet, cotton. Yeah, okay, go on.
I looked so frumpty dumpty, like a toilet paper cover. You know, like those toilet paper covers, those little ladies. You know, like somebody would have them, like somebody's grandma, like it's a little lady that goes over the toilet paper.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not look cute. I looked even less toned than I already am.
That kind of silhouette is hard. And then you put it in that soft sheer fabric and it's just like, it's the opposite of my Honey Love bra.
Honey Love, yes. The nap dress and no. But other women look amazing. I see them all the time in the streets of New York, and they look fantastic. So maybe one day.
I'm sure the listener wanted us to also discuss, are we being cynical about the fact that she wasn't wearing makeup all summer? And was that just a lead up to the fact that she's part of a skincare line? And I'd like to think no. I think that it just might have come out naturally from the fact that she has been showing her skin off. Because the brand seems pretty in line with her whole ethos. It's clean, vegan. This is her vibe. So if this was a marketing ploy from the beginning, from early 2023, seeded into the public consciousness in order to then have the skincare line.
Way too conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I don't know. But people like Kim Kardashian make me think that way these days. So I don't know.
I think, and it's no disrespect to Sanzi, but I feel like if this was a much bigger plan from her, it would be like she's the face of like insert huge corporate.
Yeah, I think it feels like a natural fit.
Yeah, I think she would have gone much bigger.
I will acknowledge the consumerism in it. We've been talking about her, and now do you want to buy the skincare? But Jess and I love a great skincare brand.
And watch the video. You'll just like want that lifestyle. And the stuff she says is great. So yeah, when I watched the video, she said this thing, and it's again, like, I'm sorry, she got me, okay? She goes, being barefaced is being beautiful. And she said, she talked about like things that like make her feel beautiful. She said, this is like in a beauty ad. She's like, I think of journaling, expressing myself, caring for others. This is to sell makeup. Pamela Anderson, I'm sorry, but you got me.
Do they have color? It's just skincare, I think.
They have radiance boosting, like the kind, like she even says in her little video, the kind of thing.
Oh, wow, you went all in.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
You know what you love? You love a field. Like Dr. Sabag and the Melon Patch.
I love a field.
Yeah, you have this country vision, like any marketing story that conjures an image of you running through a field with bunnies and birds. You are all in.
Marc Jacobs Daisy. Did I love the fragrance? I didn't. But do I love the ad? Yes.
Hear that, anyone who wants to market to Jessica Matlin? You know the story you need to tell. Tell it well.
Bring on if I want the Daisy flankers. I love that ad so much. Yeah. Do you guys have a field? What does it for you from a marketing point of view? Like what imagery do you like? Like bright lights, big city?
I don't know. Slick, cool packaging?
A beach romance?
Oh, no. No. Beach romance.
You're like, oh no. Oh no.
No. I don't know, Jeremy.
Well, I was thinking like Eternity, by Calvin Klein, or I don't know. I was just thinking of tropes.
No, I can't remember the name of it. It was a fragrance ad where she walks through the museum and like destroys things with her imaginary gun hands. Remember that dancer?
That was Margaret Qualley for...
Yeah, and I can't remember the perfume, so it didn't really work that well on me.
That's bad. That's very bad. Was that Kenzo?
That was Kenzo. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that, I bought into that. She felt funny and powerful and cool. I don't know.
That one doesn't get enough credit. I feel like that one people should still be talking about, that ad.
They should. I think it was 2018 that came out. I'll link to it in the...
Is it just 2018?
Yeah, I'm looking now.
Wow.
I'll link to it in the recap so people can check that out. And of course, we'll link to the video for Pamela Anderson so you can experience her Sanzi world. Should we get into this episode, talk about some news?
Let's do it. So the big news is that last night we had our first Fat Mascara event of the year.
Yes.
It was with Naturopathica at the Very Shishi Nexus Club. And we talked about, with Naturopathica, which we love, obsessed, we talked about wellness in 2024 and small little bite-sized, snacky little wellness habits, Jen.
Yes,
Jen, what was one of your big takeaways?
Also, we had put this out to the fam, so I was like looking through everybody's answers, and they were so good and so different. I thought everybody was going to have the same thing. I'll be honest, sleep came up a lot, just getting your sleep.
I thought it was going to be a lot of like green juice and like things that I'm not willing to commit to.
But one of them was like buying yourself the roses from the supermarket every 2 weeks just to cheer yourself up. Somebody has a heated blanket. And then we threw it out to the audience. We were with, by the way, Naturopathica CEO, Kathy O'Brien, who herself had some great advice on that. It's just a brand that helps you reconnect with yourself. Someone in the audience said, tea. Didn't you love that?
Wait a second, Jen, I was thinking after she says what she says, I'm going to bring up the tea. Yeah, the tea I really liked because it was like small. It was cheap, although you could go fancy. I have been looking up fancy teas just to look at them online. I haven't pulled the trigger on any. Just looking at glorious, luxurious teas is like a treat in itself.
Shout out Highgarden, my favorite tea company.
I mentioned that to my friend the other day, and she was like, well, Jen likes nice teas. She was like, you should get her tea. And I was like, oh, I forgot about that tea, but I've been looking up some wild teas. It's almost like the beauty industry. I didn't realize you can get generic tea, and then you can get tea that's like $300. I had no idea.
I didn't know that. But I love that she said it because it just feels like, yeah, you're not getting that from coffee. You're not getting that from like cracking open a seltzer. Tea, like brewing a pot of tea feels like a moment to reflect and like chill.
Yeah, it was really nice. Also, just like going outside. If a couple of you had wrote to us and said that going outside listening to Fat Mascara for like a few minutes, like not a few minutes, like on a walk.
A bunch of people that said they take us on a walk. I love that.
Thank you. But yeah, wellness. Guys, I know this isn't like a headline from the week. This is just our headline.
No, it was. Fat Mascara hosts first event of the year, which
that felt very like 1930s. But I also love the idea we talked about boundaries, and that was something that I've been like hearing a lot more about like in the wellness space. So it's not about going to do something like, oh, I'm going to do X. I'm going to add this to my life. It's a new thing I've got to do for 30 minutes or an app I've got to sign up for. But saying no to something. And Jen and I had a little bit of a giggle because I was telling her about something that I was just like, you know what? I'm not doing this. And like, I like left something the other day. Not like in a rude huff, but just like, you know what? Sometimes you're someplace and you're like, I'm going to stay here all day. And I'm just going to just stay here and suffer. And you could be like, you know what? I've done my time. I'm going to go. I'm going to pick myself up like an adult.
I love a boundary.
Right? Or you're going to say, you know what? I need a nap. I'm going to take a nap for 15 minutes.
Do you nap?
Well, like I used to.
Oh, I've never been able to nap. One of my best friends, Lara, she's such a good napper. She's a nurse and she works night shifts. So you know nurses know how to nap. Oh, then she has to nap. Yeah, she's had to train herself to it. But what a skill.
I took a nap 2 weekends ago.
She could do it for 20 minutes and then get up and go along with her day. If I did that, sorry, see you in 6 hours.
I get that.
It's important to take that time. And that kind of was what we talked about, yeah.
The boundary thing. So anyway, it was an awesome conversation. Thank you so much, Naturopathica. Thank you so much, Nexus Club.
Yes, that's where their new spa was. So that's why we did it. Yeah. And we had some Nexus Club members there. Hopefully we'll be able to do one open to the entire Fat Mascara family soon. Yeah.
All right, moving along. Charlotte Tilbury never does anything in a quiet way. And her new ad, I mean, have you seen it, Jen?
Yes, I actually also went to the press conference, the virtual press conference, where she presented the visuals and also the new lip products.
So this ad is, you could find it on YouTube. You can find it it's easy to find, okay? She is committed to the Hollywood glamour thing. She's so committed. She's redone Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, the whole Marilyn Monroe thing. I mean, it's like, the last time I've seen this really committed to was Madonna with Material Girl. Mm-hmm. And now she's taken the same sort of imagery with like all the guys on the staircase, with the jackets open, the pink gown, the column gown, diamonds, all of that with the faces of Charlotte Tilbury. So the biggest one without question is Kate Moss. And Kate Moss is speaking. I mean, if anyone's going to get Kate Moss to speak, it's going to be her friend Charlotte Tilbury. And she's wearing this pink lipstick. And I'm bearing the lead. It's for her new lipstick, okay? She's also has a couple of her other muses. I had no idea that this actor, Michaela J. Rodriguez, I didn't know that Michaela was with her for like a year now. So shame on me. But this is a very big deal that Michaela is part of her muses. Did you watch that show with Maya Rudolph? And we both love Maya Rudolph.
Yes.
What's it called?
Now, and I was like, don't you dare on the mic ask me the name of that show.
I'll ask you the name of the show.
I can barely remember my middle name these days.
You know exactly what show I'm talking. Loot.
Yes, thank you. All right, I said Millions, fine.
Michaela's in it. You know who wasn't in it? And I was like, Bella Hadid.
Okay, maybe her contract for Charlotte Tilbury does not include the Diamonds franchise or what is this called? The Hollywood. You haven't even said the name of the damn product. What's it called? Hollywood lipstick?
It's a lipstick.
Charlotte's Hollywood Beauty Icon lipstick, and it's all pinks and reds.
Pinks and reds. The whole point is she is so committed to this Hollywood thing. She basically redid Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend.
Yeah, Pooge money's nice.
The thing I was going to ask you next was, how much do you think this whole thing cost?
Between the spokespeople that you've just discussed, the high production value of this ad campaign.
The production value is insane.
I was at a global press conference with a very high production.
How was the breakfast? Yummy?
It wasn't a breakfast. It was a virtual event, but it was like produced as if it was the Oscars. Like it was very clearly highly produced.
I thought you went there.
No. No, she's been doing a lot of global, because they're all, they're a global company now at this point. So I don't know. Last week, I thought a Super Bowl ad was $100,000. So clearly,
oh my God, Jen,
be asking me this. Someone sent me an email though. $7 million was the bare minimum for a Super Bowl ad. By the way, I love when you guys fact check us or put in the comments when we make a clip and let us know. So I'm not even going to imagine a guess. I just know that sometimes mergers and acquisitions of a beauty brand spells a bigger, bolder marketing moment for the brand. And I think that you can see here what the dollars infused into her company have done for her marketing.
They're going to get Kate Moss to talk.
Yes, she does really.
For that kind of money, you're getting, she actually says the name of the product too. When the hell have you ever heard Kate Moss not only talk, but say, this is the shade I'm wearing?
Yeah.
She doesn't do that, everyone, okay?
Only for Charlotte, darling.
Yeah, this is big stuff. Okay. Also, none of the spokespeople were under 30, which I thought was interesting. Okay. Moving right along. You know that I feel very passionately about home fragrance. I also feel, despite the fact that I've not burnt anything but a luxury candle this whole year, I do not feel that it should cost a fortune. I go through one nearly every single week, okay? We burn candles a lot in this household. Well, somebody is thinking around here. Somebody is thinking. And you know who's thinking? Harry Slatkin. He is making an affordable home candle. Slatkin & Co., they're behind so much, okay? You look up Slatkin candles, so much private label. They did a lot with Bath & Body Works. Laura Slatkin is behind Nest. Like, shall I go on, okay? They're going to spend too much time talking about this, but they're like the godfather of the scented candle business. They've launched Club 92, a new sensory experience for the home created exclusively for Dollar General.
Oh my God, I love Dollar General. Say more. Say more.
Say more. It's not say less. Say more. Okay? When creating Club 92, I wanted to provide a new high-quality home fragrance experience to the Dollar General consumer, said Harry Slatkin. He's, you know what the rest of he's going to say nice, like, press releasey things, nothing that different. But here's the sense you're going to get. Very vanilla cupcake, crisp apple, fresh cotton skies, mango key lime, jasmine blossom, eucalyptus mint. Okay. You were
the
hoping
first ones I were a little bit feeling a little fruity, floral, a little basic to me. I'm into the eucalyptus. Then you threw me some jasmine. I mean, he knows what sells. Listen, who am I to judge? Clearly, I don't have the tastes of everybody in the country.
This man has done his research. I mean, I've not spoken to him about this. I actually would love to talk to Harry about this. But he's done his research, and I really trust this man with all my heart. I believe that he's going to deliver a killer candle for this price. So I've got to get my hands on it. If you're listening, Harry Slatkin, if you're listening, Club 92, send him over to Jen and me, and we'll test him out.
Wait, before we wrap up, what's our MSRP? What's our price point? Is it what do you say when you, as a merchandiser, when it's a good price point, you say it's a
sharp price point.
Sharp price point. What do we got here?
Jen, it's razor sharp. I actually can't even touch it. It's razor sharp.
What is it?
Okay. Scented candles, wax melts, and reed diffusers with retail prices ranging from $3 to $8. You could try them all.
Amazing. $8 and under? I mean, I would expect nothing less from Dollar General. Also, shout out to the merchandisers at Dollar General. The breadth of goods in your basic Dollar General, like I see the ones upstate New York a lot. The fact that they can carry that variety of goods and like somehow still keep the prices low, I'm just like generally amazed. I love that store. I could spend hours in there.
No, seriously, because it's getting crazy. Like
you need a toaster, and then you need kids' booties, and then you also need a broom. Like whatever it is, like it happens to be there. Like what don't they have? And now they have a gorgeous candle line. Like not gorgeous, we can't attest. We have not sniffed and smelled and tested yet, but we will.
It's getting nuts how crazy home fragrance is. And if you're burning is also like at the speed that we are burning at.
Yeah.
No, I think this is great. And I'm just happy that Slatkin is involved because I trust what they're doing. So that's what's going on there. And I'm psyched. So I got to try and report back. And Jen's got to try too. And then we'll fill you in. And that's, by the way, it's 48 states. So I'm assuming Hawaii and Alaska. I'm just going to take a guess that those are the two that aren't getting it right now. Okay. And then finally, let's talk about Gen Z. I'm sure you've heard a little bit about them recently, if you're not Gen Z yourself listening, okay? Kira has released a report. Now, who is Kira? Jen, can you talk a little bit about Kira?
It's like a trend
You're
forecasting.
actually the one who sent me this report.
Oh, yeah, because our buddy Marina, I don't think you interviewed her with me last year. She runs their beauty vertical within their trend forecasting, marketing, insights kind of company. And they also have their own TikTok because they put out content as well. But they are like Gen Z experts.
Right. And they work with a lot of different brands to create content. They bridge the gap between the brands and the TikTok creators. They work with Nike, Converse, Levi's, Calvin Klein, et cetera, et cetera. So they did this big report. There were 1,000 participants, but they worked with kids, I'm saying kids, young people in the US and the UK that was done at the end of this past year. I wanted to share a couple of my favorite insights with you, all right?
Mm-hmm.
I keep on hearing Instagram's over. Instagram's over. It's all about TikTok. Well, not according to this report. TikTok, okay, so who and what is inspiring Gen Z's routine, like their beauty routine, beauty, fashion, et cetera? About 40% is TikTok. Instagram is just shy of 40% at around 37%.
And then magazines. No, just kidding. Didn't even crack the top. Okay, yeah.
Didn't even, okay. Now, this stat, I debated whether or not I should even bring this stat to the table because it didn't really, and I'm sorry, Kira, like maybe you're like, no, you're not understanding it. It's super clear to us. It wasn't super clear to me. But when it said like putting what's inspiring them into action, they said 57% is their own ideas and creators. So it's like, okay, like they're kind of inspired by themselves and then they're also inspired by creators. But then I had to bring this up because of this percentage. Blew me away. 2% is their own friends. Do with that what you will, but that like blew me away. What I'm taking away from that is like their friends are not influencing them that much.
Which is weird because you often hear from marketing reports like word of mouth from friends and family or like your dermatologist or people that have a direct connection to you are who influences your purchases. And what we're hearing from this report is that's turned into a virtual connection, not the real life connection.
Right. Like your friends.
Yeah.
Are not as important as somebody that you're seeing on the screen.
Yeah.
And I would love to hear, actually I'm desperate to hear.
Yeah, because why do you, so I get this though. Let's say it's the coolest girl in high school used to influence people like, well, she has X lip gloss. We all need lip gloss. Please see Mean Girls. Okay. Now it's like, why do I just have to limit myself to my high school with my set of 500 people? The world is our high school. I'm going to go on TikTok and I have the coolest girl at the coolest high school, you know, whatever. Like the superlative cool girl. So I kind of understand that.
Also, you went for like the big fish. You went for like the Regina George, right?
Yeah. I mean, this is like stereotypy kind of discussion I'm having here.
Yeah, we're using the most like basic language here, right? But if we're going for Regina George, what about like the person's own best friend? Because Regina George is like the aspirational, the kind of worst, meanest girl in school.
Did you get product recommendations from your best friends in high school?
Of course. My friend Melanie had like the first one to have Aveda Brilliantine. And I was like, oh my God, Mel, that's amazing. And then I was like, I want Aveda Brilliantine.
Okay.
Whatever my friends were doing, I'm like, that's really cool. Because I liked them and respected them. I thought they were cool. Okay. That's why they were my friends. But if your friends ain't like jack shit now, that's really sad.
Or you're all it's just flattened because you're all influenced by the same person online. So it takes out that individualism or that regional differences that there might be between trends.
I guess I just feel like there was something exciting about seeing like their friends got or like what they were doing.
At
the mall. I feel like it was exciting to be inspired by your friends.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But clearly only 2% of Gen Z agrees with you.
That knocked my socks off. That was like insane to me. Okay. Now, a couple other things. All right. This is super important. All right. For social formats, ingredient videos are like the biggest thing right now. That was the top format. So that is definitely going to have an impact for skincare, right?
Mm-hmm.
People are going to want to know, like, okay, does it have niacinamide? It has hyaluronic acid, yada, yada, yada. And then Get Ready With Me, which to me feels like it should be dated by now, but it's not. And then for no-nos, it's...
What's not cool? What's not cool?
This is specific and helpful. Ready? Don't be cringe.
That literally sums up the entire generation. What did Nick say? Explain it to a millennial on our episode last week.
Wait, what did he say?
Well, at one point, I remember laughing because I was talking about Stanley Cups, which I didn't understand, which probably is cringe of me not to get how a Stanley Cup. This is Gen Alpha a little bit too, but like he was like, yeah, this is turning into explain it to a millennial, that whole meme.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Don't be cringe. I actually have talked to my friend's daughter who's 16, what I used to call secondhand embarrassment, and when I remember at that age, the worst feeling you could feel has become their whole vibe. Like their whole feeling is like how to avoid feeling cringy. I'm not going to pick up the phone and call someone because that is so cringe. Talking to someone on the phone, what? Anything that could potentially be cringy. So yeah, Jess, when you're making content, don't be cringe.
I don't know how you can, that's like living is cringe.
Yeah.
Like,
well, you get like a really strong helicopter parent or snowplow parent, they're called now. So it clears the way.
Clears away. Snowplow, helicopter was
the millennials parent.
Yeah.
The snowplow is the Gen Z parent who clears the way so nothing cringe or horrible ever has to happen to you. Mommy will take care of it for you. By the way, I am speaking in huge generalizations here. I understand that, but that is what happens in these marketing reports when you try and distill an entire generation into like a report. So this obviously doesn't apply to every individual, but I do love that advice. Don't be cringe.
Don't be cringe. Cool. Thanks for that hot tip. All right. Jesus. I mean, this is going to be really fun. Really fun. Oh, but also, ready?
Yours is Gen Alpha. She's not going to be, I don't know.
No, but I think a lot of this is probably still going to apply. Then also, ready? Don't be cringe, but don't be cringe. Then be my bestie. Be my bestie, but I'm also not going to like anything that you tell me or recommend or... It's too much. It's too much. There's so many good things. I want to get through these. Okay, there's also a major skills gap. Ready? So they want to feel knowledgeable. This is such a good report. They want to feel knowledgeable about a lot of things. And the thing they want to feel knowledgeable about the most is skincare. They want to feel, the word they want to pay attention to is feel. They want to feel knowledgeable about skincare. But the thing that they don't feel, the topic that they don't feel the most knowledgeable about, and there were like things like makeup, skincare, nails, hair. The thing they don't feel the most knowledgeable about is skincare. Do you get it?
Yeah, because there's a knowledge gap. They don't know about this, but they want to know more about this. That tracks for me.
And then that also makes sense. That's why the ingredients videos are popping so much, right? Yeah. It's because they're like, I want to know what's going on in this. Also, they're obsessed with fragrance. Fragrance is huge right now. That also makes sense with ingredients. While fragrance is not about ingredients so much, it's about notes. It's like they want to feel knowledgeable. Okay. And also a lot of them are buying fragrances right now. They're wearing fragrance 80% of the time.
Mm-hmm. When Marina was on our podcast, she said brands are the new bands. And as you're giving me these stats, it's tracking for me.
That is the most tragic thing I've ever heard in my life. Go on.
No. In that right now, like with music, you wanted to discover more about music. Like you didn't feel cool because you didn't know who the right musicians were, these different types of music. And there would be, I had friends that would spend hours like digging into, college radio DJ guy, trying to get like the coolest, most obscure music. And I think that beauty, it has become a hobby like that for people. Like they want to learn more about skincare but they don't know it. But this is something that they can dive into. It's an area they can learn about. It's like a hobby almost, which If you're approaching it like that, I feel less weird about the whole thing than as if you're approaching it because you're just trying to change the way you look. You know what I mean? Look at us. Here we have a podcast about beauty. Like it's a hobby as well.
I resent the parallel.
Okay, noted. But you can see what she's saying.
I see what she's saying, but I don't think that's a good comparison. I think that's a wrap on the Gen Z talk. But
is that all you have for us? Are we done with the news?
I think I'm done with the news. But
okay.
Are there any takeaways from that you like, or any takeaways that feel surprising, or is it all?
I think just because of how much I've been immersed in this, since it has been a topic on the podcast for the last couple of months, as we were talking about tweens and skincare and teens and skincare, and I've been writing about it for The Cut and stuff. This does not surprise me. I was not surprised by any of that.
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. At Mint Mobile, we like to do the opposite of what Big Wireless does. They charge you a lot. We charge you a little. So naturally, when they announced they'd be raising their prices due to inflation, we decided to deflate our prices due to not hating you. That's right. We're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 up front for 3 months plus taxes and fees. Promo rate for new customers for limited time. Unlimited more than 40 gigabytes per month. Slows full terms at mintmobile.com.
Jen, you know what makes me feel really fantastic? That feeling when I just leave the salon and my hair looks incredible.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what makes me feel less than fantastic? Suiting up to go to the salon, sitting there for hours, and then trudging home. But thank you, Way. You have put the power of amazing salon quality hair in a little tiny bottle.
You're talking about Way's new hair gloss.
Yeah.
I know you are.
Yeah.
Which means you don't have to leave your home to go to the salon to get shiny
No,
hair.
I just have to roll on over to the bathroom.
I started using this about a month ago. It only takes 5 minutes, which is even faster than the salon version of a clear hair gloss. It leaves your hair really shiny, really moisturized. I'm an air dryer, but I actually did a blow dry just because I wanted to see how it looked. So much more shine than usual. But when I air dry, it also just sections perfectly and kind of falls in place, almost as if you put on a serum, but you didn't put any extra product. It's just the hair gloss. It's that good. It's made with hyaluronic acid and rice water, if you care to know. And according to a consumer perception study, over 85% of people agreed that their hair looks shinier, healthier, and smoother when they use this product. And you know it's not our favorite from Way. They have all sorts of great products. You've probably heard Jess talk about the hair oil on the show. More than once now, I think.
Yeah.
They're just all wonderful and they smell delicious too.
Give your hair a glow up with Way. Go to theway.com and use the promo code Mascara for 15% off any product. That's theway.com, TheOuai.com, and use the promo code Mascara.
Jess, let's talk about ritual supplements, shall we? How many experts have we had on this podcast talk about skin? They all say the same thing, and that is you can't just be putting products on your face. Good skin comes from the inside out, and that really makes sense to me. And now Ritual's new Mascara can provide you daily wrinkle support from within. It's a supplement that helps minimize wrinkles and hydrate skin from the inside out. Don't you love that?
I love that. And you know what? I don't like to take a lot of pills. I really don't. But Mascara made the cut, man. It's part of my morning routine. I take one every single morning. And I've actually noticed my skin has a little extra bounce.
I've noticed that about you too. You want to know why? Of course, there's science behind it. There's a clinical study done by an independent research lab that shows Ceretique, which is one of the ingredients in Ritual's Mascara supplement, proves to help reduce wrinkles and fine lines in 90 days. And another ingredient in the supplement, Hyabest, significantly improves skin luster and suppleness compared with the baseline after daily use. Plus, Ritual multivitamins are vegan, non-GMO, gluten-free, allergen-free. The company is a certified B Corp. What else do you need?
Reduce wrinkles without compromising. Mascara from Ritual is a skin supplement you can actually trust.
Get 20% off your first month for a limited time at ritual.com/mascara. Start Ritual or add Mascara to your subscription today. That's ritual.com/mascara for 20% off. Okay, moving right along, it is time for Raise a Wand. So last week, we had a listener who wanted SK2 for less. We will get into that. I myself have something for you. However, The fam does not. The fam wants to keep talking about June Bride. I got way more submissions about June Bride. So let's hear from our listener, Andrea.
Hi, Jen and Jess. This is Andrea from Denver. Love the show. Love you guys. I am calling in response to the woman who is looking for a fragrance to wear on her wedding. She's looking for something really ethereal and light. And she said white flower, but I'm going to do something slightly different than white flower. This does have flower in it, but I am going to suggest Gloam by Aesop. It has mimosa flower, so it has that like really nice floral scent to it, but it also has saffron, which just gives it this like super subtle warmth. And then it has a little bit of iris as well. So it's this beautiful forward-thinking floral, but also has this subtle warmth with the saffron. It's this beautiful scent. I am a big fan of it. It has that kind of ethereal scent. Gloam, the word gloam itself, I believe, means a dreamlike state. Aesop is great at naming their stuff. But yes, Gloam by Aesop is where my brain goes for this wedding fragrance. Love you guys. Congratulations to the bride. Can't wait to hear what she picks. Bye, y'all.
Okay. I like where you're going with that, Andrea. I actually have that fragrance, and it is very different from the ones we mentioned last week. But Jess, I know you also had a June Bride. Someone else gave you a June Bride suggestion for June Bride?
Wait, Gloam for June Bride?
Yeah. Yeah. You're not into that idea?
It's mysterious.
Yeah. As Andrea just explained, her thinking on.
Yeah. Mysterious. So my friend Jamie sent me a message the other day on the weekend, and she was like, I have to budge in. She suggests Love Shack Fancy Bohème.
New one. Okay.
The bottle is white. It's a pale blue. So she said that could be her something blue.
Oh, cute.
The fragrance. Yeah.
Cute. Okay.
The fragrance is a soft peony scent. So I haven't smelled this one, but I know that it's this is like the new thing from Love Shack Fancy, and that they're likely all very feminine and soft.
Peony. There were peonies. Jess, do you remember my wedding cake? I'm sure you don't. There were peonies on it.
I remember eating it.
Yeah, it was delicious. But my friend it was Allison. Allison made it, and she threw some peonies. She didn't decorate it. It was so cool. It was just like, but like, yeah, they have a nice gentle scent. That could be gorgeous.
That could be really pretty.
Yeah. Okay, so I love the June Bride stuff. Yes, you can still call us and email us if you have more suggestions. But I do want to hear some of what you're thinking about this hydration moment. So let's get into this for a second.
She's like, but I'm ready to move on to hydration.
646-481-8182. Email us at info@fatmascara.com. Our listener wanted the SK2 treatment mask for less, which is a tall order, right? So why is it special? It's got the Pitera, which is like a proprietary version of Saccharomyces ferment filtrate, which is basically like a yeast. It's like a water-like ferment. It's what you get when you make sake, or like when you're filtering and fermenting a yeast. It's special. That specific ingredient, the internet will have you believe that Cosrx 95 tone balancing essence is the dupe for SK2 because it has that specific ingredient. I don't second that. Here's why. It also has all this other stuff in it, like hyaluronic acid, which can cause inflammation for people like me, and some other things in it. If you look at the ingredients on the SK2 treatment mask, it is this ferment and then like a preservative and like one other thing. You are just soaking your skin in this good fermented sugary amino acid. Sugaro. No, it's got beta glucans. It is brightening and hydrating. So I don't know if I can second that idea, because I think the minute you start introducing other ingredients, that mask never stings. It works on anybody. Makeup artists use it before makeup because it doesn't interact. So instead, I have this little combo I came up with. I ordered both products. Okay. I am still testing. I'm going to put it out to the fam. Full transparency, I'm going to give this like a 50% confidence interval right now, because I haven't tried it longer than a day. So I don't know if this is exactly what you want to do, but here's what I thought. The reason the treatment mask is so good is because your skin's soaking in that essence, right? That ferment filtrate. So I found one that is very similar that doesn't have hyaluronic acid or anything. It's available on iHerb for $20. It's called One Thing Galactomyces Ferment Filtrate. So it's basically just the good stuff. And I was like, yeah, but like a toner essence style application is not going to do it for you. So guess what I did?
What'd you do?
I got an Honest Beauty reusable silicone sheet mask. I'm so high and mighty on this combo. Let me tell you, I am fixing the environmental issue of the treatment mask because this is a reusable mask. So so what I did is put on the filtrate, not with a cotton pad, whatever. I press it in, get the liquid in, and then quickly put the silicone sheet mask on top. It wraps around your ears. You look ridiculous, like you're in Silence of the Lambs, to let it soak in. I got a nice moment. It was a little cold. I'm not going to say, but when you put on one of those treatment masks,
do you know I was about to say to you, did you feel cold? But I thought, you know what, Jess? You don't have to interject with that. It's a silly question.
No, go ahead.
And who cares if you feel cold? That's not relevant to Jen's chat.
It is, though. The treatment mask makes you feel cold. I don't always love a treatment mask.
I don't love masks because I feel cold. And I knew you also have poor circulation. And I have very poor circulation. I have Raynaud's.
Explain it to a Gen Xer. Thanks for outing me in my poor circulation.
See, it's funny. I wasn't even going to mention, do you feel cold? And now I'm like, Jen has Raynaud's disease.
Oh, I'm always cold. I run so cold. My extremities are cold. Yeah.
Very cold, which is why I don't like certain beauty treatments and in a spa. And I really don't like anything cryo, any kind of cold thing.
Wet treatment mask laid over your face.
Exactly. So you can keep your cold, wet treatment mask, people.
All right. So Jess isn't even playing in the game. She's not even going to give you a recommendation.
I like under eye patches. I like an under eye patch.
Okay. So I'm going to check. I'll be back next week with a little bit more on if this is the, as Jess called, SK2 moment for less that our listener really needs.
Yeah.
So far, I love my idea, but I think it's just I'm like high on my own supply. Like I'm just really thrilled with what I found. So I'm not ready to like give it my full stamp of approval.
Jen, could you be the Harry Slatkin of
dupes
face mask? Do you feel like maybe you could solve this equation?
No, I don't know. But I sure did try, didn't I?
We need to find a brand that can pull this off.
Well, I think that any brand that does, I don't know, SK2 wouldn't be that happy about. So, all right. But more next week.
No. It sounds like, well, that's why SK2 is so successful.
You guys see how hard I worked on this? Like I went deep on the ingredients. I found that it's a 1-2 punch. Is anybody out there in the fam working as hard as I am? What have you got for our listener? No, but I do want to know what hydrators are working for you. Because I did actually, then I ordered a couple other special hydrators that I thought might do it for me. So I've been testing a lot because it's that time of year here in the Northern Hemisphere where everybody's dry. So not everybody, but a lot of people, clearly this listener. So brightening, moisturizing, whether it's a mask or treatment essence, we want to know what you're brightening and moisturizing your skin with. Thank you. Now it's time for our Raise a Wands.
You said everybody's dry. You know the song Everybody Hurts by REM. I just had that. And then I thought, it is amazing that they haven't sold that song to a pharmaceutical company. And I know that Michael Stipe and co., they have a lot of integrity, but a lot of artists with just as much integrity have sold their songs to pharma, Victoria's Secret.
And then the artists themselves, Lady Gaga's out here for migraine medicines.
Right. So it's like, I don't begrudge any of these artists for doing anything like that. Because like everyone's doing everything now.
We have a lot of industry people listening. I think someone they have a big budget for licensing next year and they're going to go get Everybody Hurts.
But like a depression medicine.
Oh, yes.
No, but do you know what I mean? Like it's such a good song. It's had like a brain like.
Everybody remember, this is the same woman that just one segment ago did not like when I said brands are the new bands. Now she's trying to sell REM's Hot Track.
No, I'm not. I know I don't want him to sell it. I don't. Okay, but I would actually be really upset. Okay. But I'm amazed that song has not been.
It does lend itself
appropriated.
Yes.
For commercial purposes. It's a really moving song. It's a beautiful song.
Gorgeous.
It's very sad.
Jess, what are you raising a wand to?
Okay. You know that I am very into home fragrance, Caldrea. Remember this bad boy?
Yeah, I haven't seen Caldrea in a while.
I mean, I know they've been around for a long time, and they've definitely like repackaged. And you know I like wintry scents. This is a countertop spray, and it's fancy. It's called Gilded Balsam Birch. Yes, I too can have a countertop spray that smells fancy.
Gilded Blossom Birch. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't get the gilding. What are we gilding? The countertops?
It's just saying like fantasy, winter fantasy. Look, there's a beautiful owl, a white barn owl.
Does it clean? Does it clean, Jess?
It cleans, yeah. It cleans. It cleans my countertops and it makes them feel very birchy and fancy.
I love a good home cleaning product.
There's a trend on TikTok, which is incredibly annoying, but at least they put a word to it. And like, I only saw like 2 videos on it and I was like, I've had enough. But they're calling it like closing duties. At the end of the night, basically my apartment looks like a bomb exploded. And it's like the little...
Picking up all the toys, picking up all the dog stuff.
Yeah, you get it. Thank you, yeah.
Every Lego that could then cause like pain in the middle of the night, locking the door, quick wipe of the counters. Everybody does this in their home.
Yeah, the closing duties, yeah. Oh my God, the cat food, the litter, it's horrible. And it's like, it takes over an hour. To say an hour is nonsense. It takes over an hour. And if I have a little treat product, this is where my life is right now.
Yeah.
See, Gen Z, see what's coming for you, Gen Z? Yeah. Getting excited about cleaning product. That's coming.
Oh my God, I love it. Wow.
So I put on a podcast or music and I do my closing duties.
That's a good one. I'm going to end on, I don't know why I don't use this all year round, hand cream. I now understand the people that like love hand cream all year round. And my hands are so cold.
That?
It's Fleur's Hanami hand cream. Fleur has lovely hand cream. And they all match the scents of the Fleur.
PH, like PH.
Oh. Yeah, like Missing Person, Apricot Privé. Yeah. This one's Hanami. They have lovely hand creams. I don't know why this is true. I'm not just putting it on for the dry skin. When my hands are really cold, if I moisturize them, they get warmer. It maybe it's just the rubbing motion. I don't know.
That feels like a science question.
There's probably like an occlusive that I probably, if one of those estheticians took out their little skin temperature reader, I bet you it would raise the skin temperature. I mean, you're boosting circulation if you rub it in. Look at me now answering my own question. Probably bring some blood to the surface.
I think you're boosting the circulation.
You're boosting circulation. So I love to, after I take off my gloves when I get someplace, rub in the hand cream really nice and quickly, warm up my hands, but also then moisturize them so the backs of them look nicer. I, in my youth, got all those tattoos on my hands. They need a little shining up these days. They're really, they're really changing. So
I don't believe it.
But I like the tube. I like the scent. Hanami is it's like a soft floral woody scent. It's just goes with everything. And I just really love what Crisel's doing with that brand. I think that they're doing a great job. So shout out to them.
Very cool.
Yeah. That is our Razor Wand. Send us your SK2 dupes, your hydrating moments to info@fatmascara.com with a little voice memo, 646-481-8182. Go get your beauty sleep. We'll see you Friday.
We hope you enjoyed the show.
It's your reviews and feedback that help us make the podcast even better. Head over to iTunes to rate and review us or email your thoughts to info@fatmascara.com.
We also want to answer your beauty questions and hear what products you love. To share a Razor Wand product review or to ask a beauty question, email us at info@fatmascara.
If you send it as a voice memo file, we can even share your voice on the podcast. You can also do that by leaving us a voice message. Our phone number in the United States is 646-481-8182.
Thanks so much for listening.
Looking for a fun way to win up to 25 times your money this basketball season? Test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and place your entry. You can turn $10 into $250. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/fan and use code FAN. That's code FAN at prizepicks.com/fan. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.